SGC just tripled their prices. Is the whole world gone mad? Not really. Let's talk about this, guys. Stick with me. Hello to all my sports card collector, investor, all my collectibles friends. I hope that everybody is having an amazing Friday morning. More big news. It seems like the hits just keep on coming. We're dodging and weaving. SGC just tripled their prices, which I'll be perfectly honest, was probably one of the more unsurprising moves after PSA made the announcement that they were stopping the majority of their submissions. What is SGC going to do? They know that they're going to get a massive, massive backlog if they don't make some sort of a move. $25 a submission is really dirt cheap for grading fees at this point with what cards sell for, even SGC graded cards for that matter. And so I believe it's up to $1,500 of value is now a minimum of $75 per card, which compared to what we're used to in the sports card world, that's a lot of money. That's a lot. But in reality, this is just companies taking more of the piece of the pie of the secondary market. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, they are just taking more of a piece. Panini's taking more of a piece with their Dutch auctions when they're selling new product. The grading companies are probably noticing that, you know, at $10, $15, $20 a card that they charge, when that card sells for $200, and they're probably thinking like, maybe we should, you know, try to up our prices and take some of that. Who knows, maybe at some point, maybe PSA and the grading companies will have some sort of Dutch auction on their grading services. Who knows? I'm joking. I'm sort of kidding. Who knows? Who knows what they'll come back with? But there is a lot of kind of things that are up in the air right now with PSA being out of commission for at least a short period of time, maybe a longer period. We really don't know. They got hit with a massive, massive backlog. We've talked about it on the channel. And now in this video, we're going to talk about different ways that I think that people are going to adapt. Collectors and investors are going to adapt. But guys, if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? If you've been watching and hadn't hit that subscription bell and the notification bell with the subscription button, we're coming out with daily videos all about collectibles, personal finance, a lot of sports card talk here because that's what I love. But I like touching on all sorts of different types of collectibles. So make sure you're here every day. So I think a lot of the talk was, okay, PSA has shut down. So which companies are going to benefit from this shutdown? You know, the big, you know, the 800-pound gorilla is now taking a break. Now, is SGC, BGS, you know, CSG going to get this business? Who's going to get this business? And SGC just reacted immediately. I mean, BGS will probably, I'm not sure, I think their price is already fairly high, but they'll probably double their prices too. And it wouldn't really be that surprising because they're all dealing with this massive backlog. But now we're kind of faced with, there are no real options. There are no real grading options. Where are you going to go where you're going to get anything back in a certain period of time where you're not taking a massive risk? And frankly, if you're paying $300 for Super Express or whatever it is to get your LaMelo Ball Prism cards graded, I mean, unless it's, you know, a gold or something like that, if it's a rare, you know, if it's a colored version, but base rookie cards, I just can't imagine a lot of people are going to spend $300 and really, you know, kind of hope that they get a 10. Because if you get a 9, I don't know. I think you're probably losing money on that transaction. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people, my guess is that people are going to sit on those. Unless they do have a rare parallel, they've got a numbered one, they're not going to send it anywhere. They're going to wait for PSA and kind of hope that PSA is able to open up more of their services over the next couple of months, few months. I think they're just going to hold. I think they're going to hold those cards. I think it's going to change the whole model of, you know, buying raw to grade. We've already been kind of moving away from it as it is, we have been, just because it's not as if grading has been quick, up until this point. Now, this has been kind of a progression that's come to where, grading is getting more expensive and it's taking longer. And so the whole, buy raw, send it into grade and sell it for a huge profit, cat's out of the bag on that one, and I think that the only real option, the only real thing that I see is people either getting out of the hobby altogether or just waiting on the sidelines until PSA is back, or I think that they're buying and selling already graded cards. We're entering into a time where we're going to have millions of graded cards hitting the market over the next couple of years, millions. I don't know how many there are now, probably millions, but what's that going to look like? It might be double or triple. In a matter of a couple of years, you might have triple the slabs. Maybe it's 5 times the slabs. I don't know what those numbers are. The point is that there's going to be a zillion slabs that come out of this. And I think it's going to be more of, buying and selling already graded cards. Not to say that there's not going to be a place for sending in raw, getting them graded, but those grading prices, I don't believe they're coming back down. I think that they might go up a little bit more, but I don't think that my personal opinion is, I saw that PSA said that they're going to kind of phase back, like that $20 to $150 service option. They'll phase that in. So I'm assuming they'll probably go, they've got their $300 option, then they go $150, $100. They're not going back down to the $20 option anytime soon. And I don't think any of the grading companies are. And personally, I wouldn't be shocked if there's never a $20 option again at PSA. It might be a minimum of $50 a card moving forward. It might be more than that. It might be $75, $100. It would not be shocking for that to occur. So sports card investing now is going to take, I think it's going to take a turn. And look, this is a prediction, could be totally wrong. Maybe we go back to normal in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Maybe it's all back to normal. PSA scales up. They've hired a bunch of people. They've, opened up their operations. But the other part of the thing that I think of too is, Nat Turner and PSA and all these guys that are putting a lot of money into building out that infrastructure. Do you think that they're going to be apt to go back to a $10, $15, $20 grading fee? They've bought the company for almost $1 billion. They're putting in tens of millions of dollars into the infrastructure. All the stuff that goes into kind of making PSA a modern company, advancing technology, all those things cost money. And I just don't see it. I think that graded cards are going to be more expensive, and maybe they should be, frankly. Maybe they should be. So, but what does that mean for the people that were doing kind of the buy raw and grade, or breaking and grading? Unless it's rare stuff, unless it's numbered stuff, I think it's going to change the way that the market is done. Or maybe there is, another company that comes up that really their niche are base rookie cards, or their niche is just more of that, more common stuff. And that's where everybody goes. Maybe there's a few companies that pop up. Maybe there's a few companies right now that are being formed to try to handle some of this stuff. The thing is, though, if we go back in time, 10, 15, 20 years, there's been other grading companies that have come out. The issue is always going to be is, what does their resale look like? What is, it could be, Dustin, the personal finance dad's grading company starts up tomorrow, but if no one's going to buy those slabs on the resale market, it's kind of irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So I could be the guy like, hey, send me all of your base rookie cards. Me and my team, we're going to take care of this. And you're thinking like, why? Who are these people? We don't trust these grades. So that's going to be the issue, I think, moving forward. And I think there's going to be a bottleneck there. Very, very interested to see how it goes. But I think the days of base cards getting graded. Another channel that was talking about this a couple of days ago, Neo, Northeast Ohio Sportscards, was talking about this, and I believe he touched on it as well. But kind of just those base rookie cards of random prospects. I think prospecting is going to be difficult unless it's silver prism. If you've got a colored prism, or you got a silver prism or something, but base rookie cards, I just don't know. I think that those might sit on the sidelines outside of the top couple of rookies. I just don't know. So how are you guys attacking this? How are you looking at kind of adapting? Because it's an adaptation. Like, it's either adapt or or maybe you're out for a period of time. But because I don't see the hobby really staying the way that it used to be. But I just don't really see it. I just don't see it going that way. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I think this is kind of open-ended discussion. What is your investing tactic? Or are you just going to PC stuff? Are you going to look to, come up with a whole new strategy? Are you going to go into other collectibles for the time being? Maybe you're going into graded comic books. Maybe you're going into graded action figures. Maybe you're going to start grading starting lineups like I'm looking at doing. I'm kidding. Well, sort of. I've got a lot of starting lineups. I'm interested in that. But that's my point. Rare coins. Where are you looking? Or just traditional investments. I'd be interested to hear kind of what your thought process is. Are you the type of investor that is, buy it raw and grade it, or you're not really interested? Or are you going to say like, I'm going to focus more on buying graded cards, maybe trying to flip already graded cards, playing kind of the swings of the seasons, if you will. What are you going to do? I'm interested in hearing about it. And then also, as we always talk about, we always try to end with a positive message, positive affirmation at the end of each video. And this is one more of kind of that I was thinking about, and something that has been more and more important to me, especially over, the last few years as I've gotten to know myself better, frankly, and been just a lot more honest with myself. And it's very important to be self-aware. Being self-aware, taking accountability, and really being brutally honest with yourself of the person that you are and the person that you're not. Are you acting like the person that you think you're supposed to be? Or are you just being who you are? Figure out who you are first. Figure out your goals. Figure out your value system. That is a tremendous leg up. When you have those things figured out, and it's taken me a lot of my adult life to really kind of get a good handle on self-awareness, taking a hard look at myself in the mirror and saying like, where can I improve? And where am I in good shape? Where could I look to maybe make, do better? Those are things that I'm interested in for my own self. But if you're completely self-aware and honest with yourself, you don't waste time on projects. You don't waste time on things that don't serve you, that aren't necessarily making you any better or offering you anything or offering others anything. You're not able to, it's being self-aware that allows you to advance. Play to your strengths too. There's a lot of talk too about just, try new things and get out there in the world and, explore new things and try to kind of, but, there's also, that's great, but there's also the element of, staying true to yourself and really playing to your strengths and really focusing hard on those strengths that you have and build confidence in those areas. And that can be really valuable too and a powerful thing. So guys, have an amazing Friday. We're at the weekend. I hope that everybody had a really, really good week. What cards are you buying this week? Are you getting into Prism basketball? What are you doing? Talk to me about it. Are you going into vintage soccer stickers or vintage football cards or whatever? Talk to me about what you guys are getting into this weekend. What are you buying? What are you selling? I want to hear about it. Have an awesome Friday and an awesome weekend, and I will talk to you again later. Take care, guys.